Galaxy Universal Network, inspiring Africa.
A very warm welcome back to Galaxy Extraordinary. I am BASETSANA, and we're still in conversation on how pageantry can be a career choice. Thank you so much to Mrs. South Africa finalist PHORA Msiza for joining us. And right now we are joined by a pageant conductor, Jimmy Dinganisilike. Thank you so much for affording us the opportunity to sit down and talk to you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, to start off, when we think pageantry, we do not think a male person would be behind the organization of a pageant, the organization of an agency where there's models. How did it come about to say this is a passion for you?
It started as someone was teasing me at school because she said I was ugly. So I started this thing at school just to prove the fact that I wasn't ugly. It happened after a year. I couldn't go back to school. I wanted to go to college.
Yeah.
So I was moving around Ilokshini. I got couple of guys. They were there. What were you doing? They said, you know what? One of the organizers is gone. We can't find him, and we know that you did this thing at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? Whatever you were taught at school, how about you come to us?
In
teach us. That was what, 1999, the 7th of August.
Well, you still even remember the date. And I mean, you are a pageant conductor. What is that? What do you do?
Basically, you start from the assessment part of it, where you do your auditions, where you do your selection. But personally, I don't like the auditions, especially if I may say Ilokshini.
Yeah.
Reason being, some of them are scared.
Yeah.
They look at your, what do you call this? Your idols, the way they tease other people.
Yeah.
So they copy that thing to say, you know what, I won't go there because so I'd rather stay me being me. So and it is not like that. So you know what, come through way now those cats.
Yeah.
Which in terms of passion, if I see if it's yours, till the end.
And if you could remember from the top of your head, what was your very first pageant that you conducted?
It's quite a funny story. I think it was year 2000. I entered a pageant, one, called Mr. and Miss Y2K.
Okay.
I got into top 5. That was it. In the very same year, I did Mr. and Miss YFM. Since I wasn't that much a professional, I sent a fax to YFM. Within a matter of 2 minutes, they called me and said, you know what, use our name, we'll sue you.
Wow.
Then we changed it into Miss Y Generation.
Okay.
That was my first pageant. I think it was about, what, 6 rands entry.
Really?
Yes, I made plus minus, what, 18,000.
Really?
Yes.
Rands?
Yes.
Then it must have been really... It makes sense because when you think of pageantry in the country, I myself remember growing up at Akani that there would always be pageants in the community hall. But as time went, it started fading and fading and fading. I mean, from 1997, you didn't allow your ability to have pageants to fade with that phase of pageants fading away. What has kept you in saying, I'm staying true to this industry and no matter a trend, I'm going to continue to do it?
In my mind, in Kwite, I think 1,000 times, in my mind. But when I look at them, to me, they are kids. They are my kids. Today, I'm not a mother. I'm not a father, a sister or a brother. Until then, but you know what, Tina, we're not interested anymore. Buy Hambel and then there's nothing I can do. But also corner, so Tata say push. I mean, it's what, 21 years.
Yeah.
I've seen so many come. I'm our pageant organizers. I've seen so many go. And the man is getting worse now because by they enter this thing of the pageant.
Yeah.
Because they promise these kids cash prizes, cell phones, laptops, but when it's time for them to receive,
to deliver,
they can't. Then when you come, the first thing you need to do is damage control. Yeah. Sometimes you don't even get a chance to even speak to your parent because they will tell you, same thing as you. But the delivery of it is different. La power changes as I told. La ang kulumi na by prize mean. Because Mbalega Lendu should change.
Yes.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a rumor travel faster than the truth.
Absolutely.
So I don't tell them mina ngivele ngithi naku okwakho, but I make sure ukuthi whoever is going to receive a prize na enjoy abuya, you know what, lebe nganayo thanking yabo.
Wow.
That's my story when it comes to the pageant part.
And within these pageants, I've seen some of your videos online. You actually choreograph everything that happens in a certain competition. I saw the latest one, as top model at Koruleni. You were actually teaching them how to walk. Where did that come from? You're going to have this creativity and ability to teach them how to walk like models,
To be frank, quite frank with you, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know, how can I put it? The minute I hear a song, I start taking pen and paper, I write. After a while, I start trying, changing, put this here, put this there, and then it comes out. Then I get one model to say, you know what, let's do this. Oh, okay, change it to this.
Yeah.
And then after Lapo,
it's a full choreography.
Yeah, you follow to the group, see practice. Masibona ukuthi bayinde, shorten it, kanjalo. Until iphelele, nina mase niyibona. Angeke nibone ukuthi beyiqale la yaphelela la. Final product.
The final product.
Yeah.
And speaking of the final product, I mean, in this country, the pageants that get the most attention is your Miss South Africa.
Yes.
And then in the whole world, it's your Miss World, Miss Universes. And in other countries abroad, pageants are actually taken more seriously than we do in the country. For someone who conducts pageants in the more local areas, how does it make you feel when you now see some of your girls going to Miss South Africa and entering Miss South Africa? Doesn't that give you a sense of pride to say, look, I started with this person when she was maybe 10 and today she's 21 and I'm accompanying her to a Miss South Africa audition?
Yeah, if I were to mention names, there's a lady called Nomputuko Mangaga. If I'm not mistaken, it was Miss... what is this magazine from Tsakani? Kaufela.
Yes.
Miss Kaufela magazine. Got no position there. Went to Miss Tsakani Mall. Got the Queen. Went to Miss Josie. Got the Queen. Went to Miss Sundowns. I think it was provincial. The Queen for provincial.
Okay.
So somehow, somewhere, it's like, I'm proud.
Wow.
Even though I'm one person, how do I posting?
You don't do it for the congratulatories.
But if you take an hour in uzishu to ban, then I wins the next. Let your work do the talking. Angifuni kusasa bathu Jimmy lo ukhuluma kakhulu. Ufuna bathu Jimmy lo osebenza kakhulu.
Yeah.
So ngifuna another day kuthiwa no, you know what, manje sengibeke phansi angisayenzi next.
Yeah.
I'm able ukuthi ngikhombe ngithi, you know what, nangu bani lapha, nangu bani lapha, nangu bani lapha. Hamba umbuzo ukuthi ku history yakhe makacocela ukuthi from the age of 10 years to 22 bekenzani. Surely igama laka Jimmy uzovela somehow.
And speaking of Nomputuko Magaga, who won the provincial crown from Miss Sundowns, she's not the only one. There are more ladies and gentlemen, by the way.
Yes,
and gentlemen within your agency. Yes. How did the birth of Jimmy's modeling agency come about? Did it start out of you wanting to make a pageantry a career for yourself and for others, or did you just feel okay?
I was just passing time. I'm one person. I hate sitting down and not doing anything. I'm always tired, to be quite frank with you, because
yeah.
And among Zula, I know what yeah. So it was more of, if you still remember, I said, Bang Bisa, Ngabatola Babis, Ngaba choreographer for that day.
Yeah.
They called me for the second day, go by Vigi, go by Nyanga, go by Unyaga, Kanjalo till now.
And now it's more than 20 years.
Yeah, it's more than 20 years. I've seen almost everything.
In front of us, there are two crowns, two titles sitting here.
Yes.
Miss Top Model. This happened during COVID-19.
Actually, the show was supposed to be in April on the 4th, on my birthday.
Yes.
And it happened like a week before.
But a lockdown.
But a lockdown. I seen down. Ne?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Just leave it. A year, but you know what? Now, as much as naming a phone and a mobile phone, then we started in October. Yeah, we started in October. My results were to do it once.
Yeah.
A day. which means on a Saturday. So whatever you saw on Etsakani old age home was done in 8 days.
In 8 days?
Yeah.
Because of COVID?
8 Saturdays.
That must have taken dedication from the girls as well.
Yes, some of them had to travel as far as your Selkot, your Springs, your Duduza, your Tsakani, and they were on time.
And that is one thing that I've also noticed today in terms of them arriving in our studios. They were very early and they were saying we need to be punctual. These are some of the characteristics that they say you've imparted on them. How important is it for you not to just impart how to walk and how to dress for them, but how to have things that will build them up for the future?
I always tell them there must be a package. There must be a punctuality, doing the things right. Like for instance, what do they call social media etiquette? What to say and when to say it, and what not to say. I always encourage. I always tell them, Mbegile, I see anything wrong, I call you right now. I'll tell you right now. You know what? Go remove this thing, because what you put online,
it doesn't portray. Yeah.
20 years later, let's say there's an opportunity you're supposed to get, but you know what? Let's forget about the CV. Let's go online and find out what. Uban but bayafika lapha wena uyathukana ubiza amadoda ngezinja wena nje iyabheda nje life yakho eventually, but you know what, we cannot work with such a person. So I try by all means to ngibabuyise time and again. Yabona esikhathi yona mina ngifanele bayifunde kimi. Late, be late. 5 minutes is understandable. 15 minutes is disrespect.
Yeah.
Especially if you're told in time. I understand if I'll give you maybe that 30 minutes, 45. I mean, I work with girls, so they can't just rock up and go. To make sure you're right. If you some so that courtesy. But if you tell a week in advance, then you don't 5 minutes late.
And lastly, going out of this conversation with you before we bring in the girls, you look at the pageants that you do. You do not find the typical model within your girls. It's not always that tall, skinny, light, long hair. You know, there's curvy, and even in the pageants that you do, you find that there's a pageant that just Dutles Petindaba can enter. You know, how important is that for you?
Modeling was never about, to me, it was never about body. It's about the mind. The confidence online to make sure, you know what, I can portray what is in me. There are people I know with my own bag, confidence like is on 1,000. Yeah. Yabona. Angeke ukhona ukumthinta. Khona abantu othola ukuthi kuma standards modeling akafit. But the confidence very vale
everything.
Ugcina so ukhohlwa nokhohlwa ukuthi you know what, this person is plus size. Lo muntu usidudla, lo muntu une curve, lo muntu una stretch marks. In fact, ngelilanga I want to do Miss stretch marks. Yeah, Miss stretch marks. Mawunganawo you don't enter.
The standards of beauty are being tested and changed by Jimmy Dinganisilike, who is a pageant conductor, and he says in the future he would like to have stretch marks where if you don't have any, you are not allowed to enter. Well, up next we sit down with Miss and the Queen and the second princess from Miss Top Model, Ekurhuleni.
Violence and sexual abuse against children has become a major social challenge during the COVID-19 lockdown. We appeal to adults, parents and caregivers to be kind towards children during this lockdown and beyond. Give children the space they need to engage with their reading and learning activities. Do not hit them. Do not yell at them. They are equally frustrated. We urge you to listen, support and help the children to survive the COVID-19 lockdown. Report immediately any incident of sexual abuse. The Department of Basic Education. Every child is a national asset.
Feel the heat.
I love Adam Selman.
The girls are really thin. I think it looks very glamorous from the outside.
The life of a model in New York City.
There is such cool prints. So many.
You know, I'm buying this.
Look at me and all the selfie sort of thing. Honestly, I didn't really know that was actually a job. It just didn't occur to me.
Congratulations.
Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat. Feel the heat.
Chicken portions are an easy way to feed a crowd.
I've just started to incorporate all my ingredients.
We're going to put this inside of a hot cast iron skillet.
You want to really fill up on great protein.
It's now time to sample the chef's dish. Look at this.
I know.
Like that?
Feel the excitement.
The chicken is on the spot.
Feel the heat with StarSat. Feel the heat. Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat. Challenge your ordinary. Experience the extraordinary.
Not only the government, the municipality here has had no plan.
Now, I believe that my peace is my most valuable asset.
Absolutely beautiful!
This is exactly what I was looking for!
DJ Khaled!
It is a day to celebrate.
We're ready for action.
I like it when it's nice and soft. That is nice.
How was it like growing up in Nigeria? Yes, sir, you know what it is.
Feeling is there that, you're doing something special.
Stop being so dramatic, Mira.
You should just be what you want to be.
Experience the extraordinary with StarSat.
Two crowned queen and a second princess from his latest pageant, which was the Miss Top Model. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. Let me start here. Introduce yourselves. Who's this? And then we'll go to the other side.
Thank you so much. I'm Sanabile Zwane. Yes, I'm from Guatemala at Springs. Thank you.
And the side?
I'm Makoto Luningo. I'm from Tsakani. I'm 18 years of age.
18 years of age. I mean, Jimmy was telling me that the pageant was supposed to take place in April, and then COVID-19 happened. Then you ladies had 8 days to prepare for the pageant. How was that for you?
At first, okay, we were happy about it on April, and then the COVID happened. It was so because like we were so ready for it. So for these 8 days, like we made sure we do our best this thing because like we were so happy about it, but at the same time it was painful because like we didn't have enough time. I just feel like if we had enough time, maybe we have done the best of the best.
Amazing stuff there. I mean, Makgotso, I know that there were challenges that you guys had put in place and that you would have to do for the pageant and during the process of the pageant, and you couldn't do that anymore. How important was it for you to be in the pageant and to meet the other ladies and still get to practice and do stuff with them?
For me, it was very easy. It is because I'm an easy communicator and I like talking to people. So it was easy. And I felt like it was something that I'm used to.
I mean, and also just starting with saying, I'm going to enter a pageant. Was this your first? What happened? How did it come about?
Okay, I started 2018. Like, actually, it was 2017 because I'm from Mpumalanga. Yeah, I was born in Mpumalanga. So there's this Miss South Africa 2016. That's okay, I forgot her name. Yes. But like we're from the same hood. So like she motivated me. Yes, it's Ntando Yenkosi Kunene. Thank you. So like she motivated me. So I was like, okay, I love camera. I love being in front of a camera. I love being in front of people. Like I have confidence, I know. So I just felt like, okay, maybe modeling will suit me. At first I doubted myself. Yeah. But then I said 2018, no ways, I'm gonna do something about this. Because like I'm in love with it. Yeah. And I'm motivated by by Untando Yenkosi. So 2018, I entered the first pageant of Yagapuchimi, and then I didn't do well. So I just felt like it was an eye-opening one, that one. Yeah, so I learned a lot from it. So I made sure this year I'm doing my best that I can. And look where I am. I'm the queen.
You're the queen. Yes. And for you, Xoli, was it your first pageant, and what led you to say, you know what, I'm confident enough that I'm going to enter this one?
It was my first time. It was my first pageant. What made me to join it is because I was dark-skinned. And they're like, like, so why ngizibambezela whilst ngizithanda nobumnyama bami, and I accepted myself the way I am. And I easily like told them kuthini ubuhle bami buzaqala, even if ungangithuka uthini, but ubuhle bami buzaqala.
And absolutely stunning ladies you are. I mean, as you've made mention, you're quite dark and people would tease you for it. And then I look at the queen this side. She is not the typical model that you'll find, skinny, tall, you know. And then you come this side, you find one that is dark-skinned. So it goes to show the variety that pageantry has and how pageantry has evolved and grown. So it's absolutely proud. I'm proud to sit here and be talking to you ladies on this regard. Future endeavors, what does the future hold for you? I mean, you are the reigning queen of Miss Top Model Ekurhuleni. You are the second princess. Are you seeing a Miss Universe sitting in this couch?
There's a saying, and I call it, says, if you want a crown, go buy one. But if you want to lead and inspire, then enter a pageant. So in the next few years to come, I'm hoping and I believe that I will enter for sure Miss South Africa.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so I am the next Miss Universe. I am proud. Like, I'm so confident in such a way that I think in 5 years' time I'll be there.
You'll be there. The next Miss South Africa and the next Miss Universe sitting right here on Galaxy Extraordinary, chatting to us on pageantry as a career choice. When we come back with 2 more ladies. Now, one is a familiar face here at home. She is a pageant queen, however, having also studied media, she is now a news anchor. And then we